E3. It's the Electronic Entertainment Expo highlighting the new games. And one of them is from Nintendo for the Wii U, also the 3DS. It's called Super Smash Brothers. You know what I did yesterday after work? There I am playing the game. There were hundreds of us waiting for a chance to play the new Super Smash Brothers. Look at me, look how intense. My mouth's going. I finished dead last, by the way, with those kids right there who were very nice. So anyway, what this game's all about, and we have an expert that's going to weigh in as well, but it's kind of cartoon brawling, hence the name, Super Smash Brothers Brawl. And you load up punches. They've got new characters. But literally, I waited with my son, who was into it, almost 5 hours just to play this game a couple of times. Mark Saltzman's with us. Again, he's one of the judges there at E3, and he's also a columnist. Mark, it was worth the wait. I love the game. But almost 5 hours? That says how popular the game is, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, for sure. You know, Nintendo is poised for a comeback, and they certainly have their fanboys who, you know, they salivate over anything with Mario and Donkey Kong and Link from Zelda and Princess Peach. And this game is really a lot of fun. Perfect to play with someone beside you, maybe your son, or, you know, great for sibling rivalries, you know, for trash talking. It's a lot of fun, this game that's coming out later this year.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the crowd, they're into it. I mean, you saw, and tell me about that. You go on with that. I mean, I saw guys with Luigi hats on, and we're talking young and old alike. We're talking guys up to my age, little ones, and everybody. You'd sit next to each other, as you saw in the video there, all four of us, and we're getting into it.
Yeah, more than even the other big players like Xbox and PlayStation. Nintendo's got lots of heritage, right, from the early 80s. These mascot characters that we've all grown and to love with and grow up with. And, you know, we buy the merchandise. And that's really part of it, is this whole gamer culture. You'll see at E3, even walking around the show floor this week, people dressed up as their favorite Nintendo characters and other franchises like, you know, Master Chief from Halo for Xbox and some of the PlayStation franchises. But no, it's just fun. It's just fun to get in the game and to, you know, live vicariously through these characters.
Yeah, and we're watching some of the video here. We saw one of the new characters, Mega Man, and Little Mac was another fun character. And you said it, and reiterate, Nintendo is kind of fallen down a little bit. When, you know, they've got their Wii U, which is a fine system, but the games just aren't there. How much pressure's on this game to help bring them back up?
So a lot. So this is probably their really big holiday release. And you're right. So the Wii U's been out for about 18 months, sold 6 million units worldwide. Compare that to the PlayStation 4, which only debuted about 8 months ago, and it has already sold more than 7 million units. So, you know, and then Xbox also is, they say, about 5 million shipped, not sell-through, but shipped to retailers. So Nintendo needs to come back to stay in this console wars. So this game looks very promising. And then there's another game that made the waves here at E3 called Splatoon. That's coming out early next year, 2015. That is really a lot of fun. It's a cartoon shooter where you're spraying paint. It's a multiplayer game. So there was a lot of buzz at E3 about that game from Nintendo as well.
Yeah, and you made that point. Nice system, but you got to have the games to back it up. Hey, last one before we let you go. So a topic that, you know, as gamers or people like to play, or even parents who are going to buy the games for our kids, what's the future hold? Are we going to keep buying discs, or are we just going to download every game?
Yeah, so a couple things are on the horizon. Games are going digital. So the next step is, instead of buying discs, you'll be downloading the game digitally. After that, the next stage after that will be playing them in the cloud, as we call it, where it's kind of like Netflix, where you'll have a selection of games that you can play on demand, and they'll load, you know, really quickly. PlayStation Now is playing around with that from Sony. And then another big thing where you can expect next year is virtual reality helmets. And there's a couple of companies working on it. Oculus Rift, recently purchased by Facebook for a couple of $2 billion. And Sony this week showed off Project Morpheus, which is a headset plugged into the PS4 that really gives you a 360-degree view of the action.
Yeah.
With head tracking and spatial audio, you really feel like you are in the middle of the game, because everywhere you look, it's the virtual world.
Hey, Mark, thanks. And Mark Saltzman, some great stuff there. I had a chance to test some of that virtual stuff out at the Consumer Electronics Show. It is mind-blowing stuff. Mark, we'll talk again. Thanks. Appreciate it.